Stupid.
Taylor, you've been watching The Sopranos. Finally.
Oh yeah.
You're loving it, right?
It's fantastic. It's one of the best shows I've ever watched, and it's been out for what 20 years.
20 years. 20-year anniversary.
I'm just now watching this fucking show. Yeah, this show rocks. Everything about it is great so far, except for the mom character, but she died, and so I'm happy for that. So now I like every character.
Where are you?
That guy you were. They just like an episode or so ago killed Pussy. Or no, I guess that was the end of season 2. They killed Pussy. And so now I'm like 3 or 4 episodes. I think I'm like 3.5 episodes into season 3. No spoilers for the
dude. Killing
season that released in 2002.
Killing him was so big to me because he was in, right? He was a main character in the show. Oh, wow. I don't think I had seen a lot of shows at the time where characters that essential didn't have plot armor. So to watch him get killed was like, fuck.
Well, I was glad seeing him die.
It's almost like if you see him get shot and fall and like die, and you think he's died, you're like, no, he's gonna wake up in the hospital. It's gonna be a storyline. But then when you find out he's actually dead, you're like, what?
Yeah, where they're like dragging his body to the edge of the boat.
Have you guys watched The Wire?
Yes.
That's up next. Kyle said to watch The Wire as soon as I'm done with Sopranos.
The Wire is so goddamn. I could talk about that for days.
The chess scene where they explain chess and in the context of a drug dealing organization.
Yeah. You know what's funny? That whole chess scene thing leads up to later on when Bodhi actually gets killed. He gets killed by a dude that actually does a rook move in order to get to him.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that show's so deep, dude. That show's.
Yeah.
It wasn't written by TV writers. It was written by a homicide detective from Baltimore and an inner city school teacher. These two guys just decided to come together and write this, and they wrote a map. And I could talk about.
Well, that explains the season where they focus on the school district a ton.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, my favorite TV show of all time. There was, if you'd asked me 3 years ago, or maybe even 2 years ago, I think my ranking went something like The Wire, Game of Thrones, and then The Sopranos. But we don't talk about Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is like that uncle that used to come to Christmases until he got caught with a Cub Scout, and then we just pretend like Dad doesn't have a brother.
Yeah. That's what Game of Thrones is, a molesting uncle.
It's a molesting uncle.
It's hard,
a rapist of sorts.
It's hard. It's hard to rank shows above each other. For me, Wire's number 1, but besides that, The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Oz. If you could fucking get past the dick, there's just
I can't get past Oz. Oz is so far off that list for me, dude. Oz depressed
I liked Oz.
Me.
It was sad as shit. It made me every time I would watch Oz, I'd be like, damn, my life is pretty good.
Fuck you. I watched Oz, and I just had gotten locked up. I was just like, is this what's coming? Is this my future? Should I just hang myself?
Oz is good.
It's chilling.
Go ahead. You're excited.
Okay. This reminded me, this is another prison story, okay? So I'm in the hole. I'm literally in administrative segregation, right? And I asked the lady that's bringing by the books. I'm like, give me your 3 longest books.
In the hole means solitary confinement? That you're
okay. Solitary confinement. Lockdown 24 hours a day, no other human contact, no lights. It affects you. Fuck. Anyways, I asked the lady, I was like, can I get the 3 biggest books you got? So she gave me them. One of them was a book about trademarks versus patents. Not a fucking
page turner.
It wasn't a story thing. It was literally like a reference book on how to fucking patent something. So that was a waste. And
that lady
what a fucking bitch.
Right.
The other was
Now here's how to install your own HVAC system.
And then but one of them she gave me was Stephen King's The Stand. Right?
Okay.
So 1,200 pages, and I'll break it down. $200 pages of introduction of random people. The fucking plague happens for fucking 400. Then after that, it's like the aftermath and all that shit. Well, part of the story was they would just tell these random stories of these random people that you kind of assume are all gonna like be part of the story later, you know? Mm-hmm. Well, these two brothers, not but like brothers, like siblings, they go on a murder mission. and they get one brother gets killed, the other one gets thrown into the penitentiary, and they put him in. So now
Can you start over? They put them
him in
what?
solitary.
Okay.
They
Did
put
you
him in
hear his
solitary.
words? Kyle, or
No,
did you
I can just
infer?
fill in the blanks.
Oh, okay,
I'm
thank you.
So I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, so they put him in the hole, solitary, whatever you want to call it, and I'm in the hole, solitary, what you call it. I'm like, oh, we're brothers now, cool. And it's like 3:00 in the morning, and then the plague hit, and it kills 99% of the population. That means everyone in the prison dies, but this dude, and he's in the hole. I'm scared shitless because if some shit were to happen where everyone dies but me, how am I getting out of? Like,
Yeah, you'd starve to death.
yeah, dude, I thought about it. I'm not really into the zombie apocalypse and anything, but I want to learn how to get gas from an abandoned gas station because I have no clue how.
So just so you know, that doesn't work because gas goes bad. It has an expiration date.
Oh, well, I'm hoping it's like a couple days when everyone died off, and then I'm like trying to get some gas to head. I would assume you just head west. I don't know what the move.
you just head west.
You're gonna want to find yourself a horse.
There should be a national.
No, but gas lasts a while, Kyle. Like I've got gas that's 4 months old in my garage. It's working.
There should be.
I mean, it depends on the. So you've got gas for
real,
4 months, but what I'm saying is like the apocalypse isn't going to have
national
gasoline.
meeting.
You go where you want to go with gas.
If there's a fucking breakout and half the world dies, where is everyone going to meet? Say, meet in Vegas right now or something. You know what I mean? Like pick a place that we're all going to migrate to.
I don't want to meet up with the other survivors.
I'm going to Montana. There's already nobody there.
I know where I'm going, and I'm not telling.
Montana was a red herring. I'm not going to Montana.
That's where I stashed the chandelier.
Yeah, that's right. That's the chandelier. So what were you? What got you in the hole, and how long were you in there? Like why'd they put you in there?
Fuck it.